It is Monday, March the 23rd, 2026. I am James. You are you. And we are here 1 week removed from the greatest night of my life. Perhaps it was the greatest night of our lives. Of course, we're talking about the 6-year anniversary of the show that won't and can't go away. That's right. The one you're watching at this very moment at home with James. It happened live at Theater VME in front of virtually no one, which is not unlike any other week on this show and not unlike any other live show that we have done at Theater VME in the past. But what a night it was. Friends, foes, well-wishers, even a few people who refused to sit next to me and appear on the show. It really was a night in which we celebrated this show for all it was worth. How are you? How was your weekend? Did you spend it with someone you love? Tonight, are you watching with someone not only on your mind, but on your heart? If so, let them know in the chat. Get your fingers ready and type a little message, and I'll be happy to communicate it to them from you by me. One person who will not be communicating on tonight's show is the one and the only Dave Kaufman, who is not here tonight. I repeat, Dave is not here tonight, much to my dismay. Before getting on the air, I was heard on our production call referring to Dave Kaufman as a jerk. Now, generally, I would use quotation marks because I feel like quotation marks lightens the load a little bit, but I mean it for everything that it is meant to indicate. This guy's a jerk. He could be here tonight in the trenches with me. I thought this guy was a foxhole guy. I thought this is a guy that you go to war with. I've talked about him being my co-pilot, my co-conspirator. This guy right now, you know what he's doing? He's practicing improv. What's there to practice? You get on stage and you make it up. In fact, this makes a lot of sense. This guy's pretty funny. I'm not going to take anything away from him. But he practices so much that I'm going to go out on a limb and say he pre-plans his improv. His rehearsing is just that. He loads all of his lines. He gets on stage. And it's a paint by numbers scenario for this guy. He knows what he wants to say. I'm always seeing him before shows whispering to people, probably saying, okay, if you say this, then I'll do that. Dave's a jerk, and he's going to be a jerk on this show until he comes back, which is probably a week from tonight. More on that later. The big news, no, not just the anniversary. It's officially spring. But you wouldn't know it if you live in Montreal and you look out the window because all you see is a winter wonderland. It's Christmas, but without the fun, without the presents, without Santa, without the lights, without the decor, without the music, without anything good. It's gray, it's slush, it's mush, and it sucks. It stinks. But tonight we spring clean on the show. Each and every one of our guests, to the best of my knowledge, has put together a list of things that are going to be out and things that are going to be in this spring. And I think there is no time like the presents than to bring something good into this show. Because we decluttered Dave. Dave's gone. Let's get the show on the road with a legend, a somebody, a Hall of Famer, and a doctor. The one and the only Saima Ahmed. How was that intro for you, Saima?
That was great. That was great. I'm like blushing right now.
Well, look, if I'm lying, I'm dying.
Wow.
If I tell any mistruths, may the good Lord above take my eyes.
I didn't know you were a religious man.
I'm not.
I didn't think you were.
I'm not. I'm not anti-religion.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm not like a Ricky Gervais. I feel like he goes around trying to yuck people's yum.
I feel like you're ambivalent towards it.
You want to believe in God? Go for it. I'm not against it. If there was a utopia after this, I don't want to just be dead and be worm food. If there's a big party in the sky, take me. I'd like to go. I'm not going to sit here like Ricky Gervais and tell people that they're silly or you believe what you want.
You know what, James? I respect that. I think that's a
Thank
great
you.
attitude to have.
I believe you celebrated over the weekend and not
I
spring.
did. I did. It was Eid, so it's the end of the month of Ramadan. So I've been fasting for the past month, and then it was a
You're
nice,
telling me you haven't eaten a morsel of food in a
yeah.
month.
Imagine, I think I'd be dead.
That would be ultimate Ramadaning.
Yeah,
If someone's
yeah.
like, everyone else eats after sundown, they have water after sundown. I'm going to go the long way. I'm going to go the entire stretch. No food, no water, no nothing.
It's like I think they like misunderstood. They didn't read the cliff notes, and they just like thought they had to fast the whole month. That would be insane.
Well, that'd be like a new convert. That's what I would do if I converted. You would get a text from me a few days in. I'd be like, "This is pretty hard. How do you guys go no food
I
all
feel
month?"
like
And you're like,
you'd probably be weak from not eating or drinking anything. You wouldn't even be able to text.
"Yeah, I'd already be dead. I'd already be
Yeah,
worm food.
maybe.
I'd already
Maybe
be worm food."
we'd find your body like just
Yeah,
in your
I was
apartment.
so malnourished and underhydrated that even the worms wouldn't want me. My body is
Oh,
spoiled food. What are we talking about right
I
now?
don't
It
know.
was a big celebration for you, Saima. So, in
Yeah,
addition to spring, you're out and about, you're moving and shaking, you're partying. But I'm curious to know, did you
sure.
make it 3 for 3 and enjoy the St. Patrick's Day parade?
Oh, no, actually, I didn't even know there was a St. Patrick's Day parade happening on Sunday because for some reason I thought it would have made more sense for it to happen before St. Patrick's Day, but that's just me.
That's what I said to friend of the show, Dimitri Kirez. I said, why are we doing it'd be like having the Santa Claus parade on
After Christmas,
December. What would that be?
like on New Year's Day or like
It'd be
New
like,
Year's,
yeah, it'd
like,
be like on the 29th.
yeah, it makes no sense. So I didn't know there
Happy
was actually,
Halloween. We're celebrating this Sunday on November 5th.
yeah, it makes no sense. So I thought it happened earlier, but then I don't really partake in the celebration. So it doesn't make a difference in my life, to
Neither
be
do I.
honest.
And I, dare I say, the Irishman of the year. I don't abide by it. Now, later on, Thomas Barnwell is here. He has legitimately been voted Irishman of the year on this show. We'll give
Wow.
it to him again. I'll pass the crown to him. We'll see if he went to the parade or what he thinks about this 4 or 5 day wait. I'm curious to know, how is spring treating you thus far, Sima?
So far, so good. I'm trying to think. No complaints. The weather's been a bit wild,
Yes.
but I feel like that's just this year, this winter is just a wild one.
Yeah, it
Besides
started
that, no
early.
complaints.
It started so early. Every year, Montrealers are like, no, we only get 2 weeks this fall. And it's not true. This year, it was
No,
true.
yeah, but also this year's been just weird. Like there's no like the I wouldn't call it a proper ice storm, but kind of that ice storm that we had a few weeks ago, like
Yes.
2 weeks ago. The snow, I think there's going to be more snow. It's just all over the place.
Oh, I think 10 centimeters. This is how you know we're aging up, Sima. We're talking about, I remember as a young boy, it would snow. I grew up in Laurentian, so it'd be like a snow globe snow. And
Hmm.
my grandfather he'd take out the plow, he'd plow the yards, and he would say about the snow, how much do they think we can take? And even as a
Right.
young lad, I thought, who's he talking about? We. There's no government system here. There's no governing board. But now as a grown up, I understand what he means. This concept of how much do they think we can take?
I will say, I don't know if you feel this, but sometimes when it's like when it's snowing and you're inside, you're like, it is very pretty. Like it's nice to like be inside and see it
Mm-hmm.
snow. But
Yes.
then when it's like after that, it's just annoying.
Yeah, it's because it started early and it feels like it won't end. A disturbing trend I've noticed: if we get 1 or 2 nice days, this unknown entity, they're like, yeah, you know what? It's been a couple nice days. Here's 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. Oh, it was 13 degrees today. Have an ice storm.
It's
Oh,
wild.
what's that? The sun was out. Here's 4 days of gray.
I think so I used to always tell people, like, because at the end of March in the past, the weather would always get really, like, nicer, and then people would get, like,
Yes.
all excited, and I used to always say there's, like, the final snowstorm, like, April, there's always a final snowstorm,
Mhm.
and I feel like now there's just gonna be multiple final snowstorms, and we won't know until we won't know, I guess.
Yeah, we won't know. So that's why I thought to myself, we need to cleanse ourselves by talking about spring cleaning, both in a
Great
physical
idea.
way, but a theoretical way. I've got one right away, and you know this. Something that I
Okay.
want to integrate into the spring is Riz.
Okay, so, well, what are you getting rid of if it's spring cleaning?
What am I getting rid of? Okay, so
Yeah.
if in order
Isn't that
to
spring cleaning is like you have to get rid of something, bring in
yeah,
new stuff?
exactly. So how can I introduce Riz into my life without
Hmm.
removing something? And what
I
I'm
would
removing, are you ready for this?
sure.
Doubt. I'm removing doubt.
Oh, oh, that's a good one, James. I would
Yeah.
argue that you already have some Riz. So now
Oh,
you're just gonna, what's as my nephew would say, okay, I don't know if this even makes sense, but you're gonna like bring the aura? Is that what
oh,
kids are
look, and
saying?
not to toot my own horn, I think I've got some,
Yeah, you do. You do. I
but I think
agree.
I got to take it up a notch.
Oh, okay. I think okay, so this is like is this your plan for like next month going into the summer so that you're like peak Riz by summertime?
Oh, I want to Riz everybody, everyone, and I don't even just
Okay.
mean this is not meant to be romantic. This is
Okay. So
global Riz.
okay, so James, I think what we should do is that occasionally you and I go out for coffee. So next time we
Yeah.
go out, you should be like rizzing the baristas and seeing if you could like I feel like this could be a Riz test for you.
This is the hard thing. I feel like I'm a bit of a notorious barista rizzer.
Are you?
Male, female, doesn't matter. I like baristas. I want to know that they see people come and go every day. They've got their regulars. I want to be the guy who they're like, here we go. It's the little bearded guy who likes a flat white.
Do you like that feeling of like being the regular?
Sometimes I do, but sometimes it is a curse. Sometimes you just want to go into a place and order and be quiet and kind of be like face deep in your phone.
So here's the thing. I have like 2 coffee shops that I'm like regular at. The people there know me, they know my order.
Yep.
But then I have occasionally, like on Sundays, I like to read a book and go somewhere where no one knows me. So I have this one
Mm-hmm.
coffee shop that like it's kind of out of my path. I don't
Yes.
know anyone there. I don't know anyone who lives in that area. I don't think I know anyone who lives in that area. I don't know any of the employees. I go there, it's like I'm anonymous and it's great.
Yes. Yeah, you want to go incognito mode.
Yeah, it's great. You kind of feel like you're a different person. You're like, "Oh, I could live in this neighborhood. I could be a regular. I don't know."
So today I went to my local coffee shop twice in the span of 2 hours. I met friend of the show Carmen Rose for coffee.
Okay.
I go home, and then another friend of mine's like, "Hey, do you want to grab a coffee? Let's go to Lily and Ollie." I said, "I was just there. It's a
It's
little
okay.
iffy. It's a little iffy." And then I said, maybe it's just me. It's just me being weird. We go back again. My friend outs me to the same barista. I walked in and the barista said, "Wow, you said see you soon. I didn't think it would be this soon."
Okay,
And then
question. Was the
my
barista
friend,
a guy or girl?
it was a lady. Yes.
Ooh, okay. I feel like she was flirting with you a bit, James.
But I think the thing is with baristas, it's their job. Like the dream is you can get someone's number from someone in service, but their job is to be nice, right? Now, some of them aren't great at that aspect of the job, but let's just say she was. Then my friend goes, he didn't want to come here. He said it would be awkward. So even if
What?
even if I had a bit of Riz in that moment, he made me sound neurotic.
You could yeah. Interesting. Your friend kind
You
of
know what
did
I
you
should have
dirty.
said? I should have said, I just can't stay away.
James, now that's peak Riz. That's where you gotta be. Okay, we're gonna go
Isn't
back
it
into
isn't
coffee
it
shops.
a bit too like forward and Rico Suave?
But isn't that what Riz is
But I don't know
about?
if that would be my brand of Riz.
Interesting.
Because I
Okay.
guess the way that I perceive it is if it had a look, it would be like, can you just say, I didn't expect to see you so soon?
Me? You want me to say this
Please,
to
yeah,
you? This
take
is
it
like
away. This is the way
like
that
okay.
if I were to say my line, this is the way that I imagine it
Okay.
would look.
So this is me auditioning for the
Yeah,
role of barista.
yeah.
I didn't expect to see you so soon.
I guess I just can't stay away.
Okay, that's good.
That's the
That's good.
way I hear it in my brain. But if it would have been, I guess I just can't stay away.
Oh yeah, okay. I like the second. The delivery of the second one is more you. The first one's like this is like a
Yeah, yeah.
movie.
It's like
Like
I'm James Bonding.
yeah. Yeah, you're trying too hard. I see. I
Yeah.
see the difference.
But then
That's
my
good.
friend outed me. He's like, he didn't want to come here. He said it would be uncomfortable.
You gotta tell
But
your friends to stop
now I have
doing
an
this.
entry point next time. Because as I
Hey,
left the second time, I said, I'll see you soon.
oh, and then maybe you'll go tomorrow.
It's very possible.
Okay, okay, keep me posted. I'm
I
I'm
will.
curious.
Okay, so I'm trying to get rid of doubt. I'm trying to incorporate Riz. Saima, I want to know, what are you spring cleaning? We don't have to limit it to one. It
Okay.
can be many
So
things.
first of all, I feel like I bring perhaps and on top of my medical expertise, I might also bring
Hmm.
some fashion expertise to the show. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought of this
you're
in
the only
terms
one
of
who brings a fashion expertise
oh,
to the
thank
show.
you. Thank you. Well, there are some stylish people out there. So I like to think of it as spring cleaning. So getting rid of the clothes, both summer and winter clothes that you haven't worn. So I feel like um, I sometimes hold on to clothes, like it'll be like a nice
Hmm.
sweater, and that perhaps was expensive, or just it's a nice sweater. But then I hold on to it for many years. I won't wear it because I don't know why the
Hmm.
opportunity hasn't presented itself. And then eventually it's like time to let go. It's like, it was nice, but I'm not wearing it. It needs a different home.
Yes.
So yeah, I like to do that kind of like a spring cleaning of my clothes, summer and winter clothes. So yeah, that's the first thing I do, spring cleaning of clothing. Second spring cleaning I was thinking of doing was more like with the okay, this maybe well you were talking about David in a not very I don't want to say unflattering
It
way,
was.
but
You're right.
perhaps
It was unflattering.
yeah, I'm trying to be better at like okay, I think I'm a patient person, but sometimes I
Hmm.
feel like I little things annoy me, and I'm trying to be better at like not getting annoyed by them, if that
Well,
makes sense.
so here's where I will counter and maybe alleviate a bit of pressure from you.
Mhm.
It sounds like you are aware of this
Yes.
about yourself, and I think that's more than half the battle. You're aware enough to go, "Oh, this is an MP and not a YP. This is a me
Yeah.
problem, not a you problem." But to devil's advocate for you, there's a lot of jerks out there.
Okay, so here's the thing, because I feel like um I feel like I'm someone who's pretty patient overall, and if someone like reaches my
Hmm.
threshold of me being annoyed, it's because like they really like they deserve it. But then maybe that's like a narrative I'm telling myself, and I need to not be feeding into that
Look, if you're
narrative.
telling yourself that narrative, then I tell myself the same one. We're reading from the same book.
Yeah, but you're right. There are a lot of jerks out there, and sometimes I guess I maybe I won't be doing this spring cleaning because sometimes people just people are not aware, and I feel like no one says anything, and then someone
I
just
would
needs to
want
get
someone to
the
tell
world in
me.
check.
I'd want someone to tell me when I'm
Thank
talking
you.
to the Daves of the world or the whoever's of the world. I say, if I'm being crazy, you just tell me. And
Yeah.
luckily, I've got a group of friends who are like, maybe you're being a bit much. And then I say, okay, back it up, jerk. But then you say that in that moment, oh, this is a me thing.
Yeah. Also, there's a nice way to tell people things.
Hmm. Well, maybe not everyone's great at communicating it,
Yeah.
but
So anyway,
you need the opening to communicate it to the person, knowing they want for it to be communicated to them.
yeah. And also sometimes if someone actually I don't yeah, then maybe just also putting it out there that I'm open to receiving people's feedback.
Yeah.
Although, oh, this is kind of negative, but I will say
Here
it.
we
I
go.
had
Here
this
we
thought, I'll
look.
say it out loud.
You can't be on this show if you're not
Yeah,
negative.
okay. So essentially, this kind of ties people's opinions in fashion because
Sure.
I have a friend who once told me that I had bought a dress and she didn't think it was very, very nice dress. And she goes, "Oh,
Mhm.
it's kind of like, it's okay. I'm not that into it." I didn't say anything to her, but in my mind, I thought, well, I've seen the way you dress, and it's okay. I don't need your opinion, or your opinion doesn't mean that much to me. Is that
Okay,
mean?
now here's the question. I think when we put on some now, did you ask the friend for advice or unsolicited?
Unsolicited.
Okay, I was gonna say if you asked, you said, "Hey, Ruth, what do you think of?" Ruth is always my go-to name for a nobody, someone who's
Sure.
there to rain on people's parades. Ruth, what do you think about this dress? And Ruth is like, "May I be honest?
Fair.
I don't know if it's flattering in the way that we want it to be."
Hmm.
Just saying, I'm not that into it.
Yeah,
That's that's
unprovoked.
a that's a bold move.
Yeah, yeah. But I didn't say anything. I was polite. I was like, okay,
What
fair.
would now if you in a realistic world, because I don't imagine you would have said, "Well, I've seen the way you dress, sister."
Yeah. I said I
That's
like it.
that's like taking cleanliness advice from a pig.
I think I said, well, I like it, and that's okay.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. So there you go. No self-doubt, just being confident in it.
So let me ask. Okay, so what I'm trying to suss out from this is a follow-up question. Are you
Mhm.
currently holding any grudges?
Good question. Am I holding any
It
grudges? I
sounds like
don't.
there might be some grudges, and I only say this as someone who's got a torrid relationship with grudges.
So I try not to. Okay, so this is but see, I try not to hold on to grudges. I
What
try.
what is your way of cleansing yourself from the grudge?
Okay, so what's my way of cleansing it? Is that okay, so with people, I don't hold on to grudges because I think it wastes a lot of my mental space.
I've said
And
this forever. Someone
a
said this to
person
me once,
doesn't
and it
deserve
spoke
to
to me.
be. There you go. Yeah,
And what it is, and I interrupted, but I got to get this out there because it might be
go for
helpful
it.
to you, to me, to everybody. Having a grudge is like waking up in the morning and opening up the medicine cabinet, having a swig of poison, thinking the
There
other person is going to have the stomach ache.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, but I will say I hold grudges against establishments, like restaurants that have like
Oh,
bad
me too.
service.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's not a drinking poison thing.
yeah, yeah.
That's a hex and it's a curse.
Okay, so perfect. So I hold grudges against like establishments that have like done me dirty.
Yeah.
Um, so those are the grudges I hold. But personal people grudges, no.
Can we name some names?
Of establishments
I
that
feel like
I
this show is just like, I had a great
sure,
burger here. I had a great coffee here. Just to balance out the scales, I get my coffee, Lily and Ollie in St. Henry / Little Burgundy. I'll balance out the cosmic waves here. I'm going to talk about something good. Now let's get to the good stuff. Let's pour some
sure.
muck on some establishments.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say one that I think this place is quite popular, but I had a really bad experience there. Arthur's.
Oh, you know what? Arthur's can kick rocks.
Wow. Did you
This
have a bad
place,
experience there as well?
I went there. Food was fine. It's good.
It's fine. It's fine.
Am I gonna wait outside like a
No,
jabroni for
no.
eggs and order your food and somehow get a bill of $53?
For what? For pancakes.
It's a place. People aren't going there for the food. They're going there to be seen with the food and to do this.
Yeah, yeah. Agreed.
Saima, I'm
Agreed.
with you, and you know what? I ain't going back either.
Yeah. Okay. I have a whole story which I won't tell you on air, but essentially
Okay,
let's just
okay.
say they gave me the wrong order. And when I told them it wasn't my food, because I don't eat meat, and
Mhm.
they insisted that it was my order, and then I like, but I
Which
would
is
never order
it's
this.
ridiculous. That's one of those ones that's just too much because all you do is, why would I order the meat? I don't eat it.
Yeah, anyways, and then I got charged for the meal. Anyways, I'm upset. Sorry, this is a grudge I carry.
No,
Arthur's,
you
I
know
will
what?
never
And
go
I
back.
like I like to carry the torch for other people's grudges.
Thank you, Jay.
They're done.
Thank you. Is there any grudges you want me to carry for you? Any restaurant, any establishments I should
Establishments.
blacklist?
Do I have any places that are currently on my SHITLIST.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's another place on my list, but I can't think of it. Like, it's gonna come back to me though.
Oh, you know what's on my list? That
Oh,
breakfast place, L'Avenue.
oh, the one like on close to your place?
Yeah, and there's one on Mount Royal. The best part about this place is the bathrooms.
It really is. That's true.
Again, it's another restaurant. It's like, oh, can I have a couple eggs, some bacon toast? They bring you half a baguette cut in two. All of the food, they give you an enormous plate with just like a little
That's true.
centerpiece of food. The coffee sour. And again,
That's
if the
true.
best part of a restaurant is the bathroom, then you're on my list.
You know what?
Let's
I
face
agree
it,
with
it
you.
is a great bathroom.
It is a good bathroom, but like how much does the bathroom count? What's like the point
Not enough that
system?
I want to spend $45 on a little scoop of eggs.
Very fair, very fair. I think, yeah, I think I wouldn't go. I haven't gone in a while, and I'm not going back, James. I'll carry that torch for you.
Okay, so we will carry each other's burdens here, not unlike
Yeah.
Jesus carrying the cross as we get a little bit closer to Easter as a man of discovering my own internal religion. Simon, is there anything else you're looking to clean out as part of your spring cleaning?
Well, actually, if I'm taking this more literally, probably my fridge. I feel like
You strike me as someone that would have a clean fridge.
I do, and I do clean it every so often because I sometimes get excited by like like I'll go to the grocery store and see like a sauce or like some random thing,
We're all
and then I'll
guilty of sauces in our fridge.
yeah, but then it's like you keep the same sauce in your fridge for years. So I try to clean it out every so often. So I think now spring is a good time. I feel guilty a little bit, but then it's just gross. Like if I'm not going to eat it, I'm going to get rid of it, and also it's just going to go bad and make me sick. So I
Yes.
think like people need to like clean their fridges more often.
This is a great thing about the way that I live and the way that I eat is I generally eat most of my meals away, so I never have food in my fridge.
Not never.
Right now I've got a quarter head of lettuce.
Wow.
You
What do
know
you
what?
just
Maybe
bite
this is
into the
one
quarter head of
you know what?
lettuce?
I need to clean out restauranting and bring in eating at home.
Yeah, actually, you know what you could do? You should do an episode of At Home that's like a live cooking show.
Oh, James cooks. Oh my god.
Yeah, that
This
I
sounds
would
like
love that.
might require a multi-camera setup here.
No, just get two laptops going.
It's just I hate my cooking so much. Like even just talking about the fact that I need to integrate more cooking, I'm so dismayed that I'm rubbing my
Wait,
eyes.
what do you not like about your cooking?
Just all of it, the shopping, the chopping, the cutting, the preparing, the seasoning, the cooking, the timing. Just
Okay,
by the time the meal is done, and this is the thing, 2 years ago, I won an air fryer on a scratchy lotto.
really?
And
That's pretty cool.
resident jerk of the show, Dave Kaufman, said, the air fryer is perfect for a guy like you, which I thought was a little bit pointed.
That's a bit condescending, if I may say.
But he's right.
But have you used it?
I've yet to use it.
Okay, maybe we can get you some like foods that are air fryer friendly.
Yeah, just like I need some recipes, these like 20-minute recipes that aren't accompanied by a story about how the cook lived with their grandmother for 2 years in Tuscany.
You know what? What's this is a potential, what do you call it, collaboration opportunity for you. What is
Yeah.
that? The is it good food or it's like pre-prepared
Now I used
meals
those during the COVID times.
and
I mean, it was still too difficult for me, which is, look, it's not Good
really?
Food's fault. This is on me. This is my fault. You know
Hmm.
what? Dave isn't the jerk. I'm the jerk.
Hmm. We're gonna find you some
I'm stuck in my
recipes.
ways and I find excuses to eat out all the
Actually,
time.
you know what, James? So I sometimes I you're so when it's your birthday, I have a hard time figuring out what to buy you. I've in the past gotten you flowers, but
Amazing. It was amazing.
I think maybe this year I'll get you like a cookbook.
Oh, Simon, I don't think that's going to end. It would have to be like air frying for losers.
Maybe that exists. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm just
no, I
thinking.
don't want to be the loser they're writing about.
Maybe
If there
what if
was
I went to like a store and bought you like air fryer friendly foods?
you know what? I'll say this. If you can find some type of air fryer cookbook,
Oh, I'm sure it exists.
I'll pledge to make 5 meals.
Okay. Okay. There you go.
Okay, so
I have to
there
just
we go.
remember to find one, but yeah,
W
I'm sure it exists.
we've each got our list of the things that we're incorporating and decorporating from our lives.
Yeah, and I'm
Simon,
carrying a torch for
any
I
final
love you.
thoughts before we move on to our second and final? This episode is
Hmm.
already speeding by.
Yeah. Any other final thoughts?
How
I'm
about this?
excited
How
for
about
spring.
words of encouragement for people having a tough time because of the dreariness?
Oh,
I'm not talking about anyone specifically. I'm not going to out anybody who might be having a tough time due to dreariness, but any general thoughts you might have for people that could potentially be struggling.
okay. So two things I would say is go for walks outside, even if it's snowing. I feel like it helps to leave your place and not just be like inside all the time. Dress
Yep,
appropriately for the weather, but it will help.
that's a good one.
And the
Yep.
other thing was like think of things you like to do. Like I really like to read.
Mhm.
And so I like to go to cafes and like just read, like sit there for a few hours and read my book.
Hmm.
Um, Again, this is something I like to do, not, but just like things that you like to do that can make it a bit more interesting rather than being home all the time.
And maybe interesting might be tough for some people. We're not going to name any names. We're not going to get specific about who it is. I think maybe a good choice of words is things that could make things a bit more tolerable for people.
Yeah, and also I found also I should add the reason why I like to read is because I feel like otherwise I spend too much time on my phone doom scrolling and like nothing really good comes of that and I'm trying to like get
Yeah.
away from that. So I would say don't doom scroll. I know like we all do it. It's hard not to do it and you know
Yeah.
even if you but like try not to doom scroll because I think that makes it worse.
All right. This is good advice for people that
Watch a
might
movie.
need it.
Watch a movie. I don't know. Binge watch a TV show.
Yeah, maybe if folks, if you're out there having a hard time, maybe you watch The Green Mile or Schindler's List, or
Yeah.
any movie that maybe provides a bit of perspective.
Yeah, or maybe watch what's that TV show? The Pit. Everyone's really into that hospital TV show.
Noah Wiley is back.
Yeah, yeah. So you can watch that. People are obsessed with it.
Final question for you, Saima. You're coming to us from your bed.
Yes, I am.
Will you be going to sleep shortly after your hit here is done?
Yeah, probably. I'll probably go brush my teeth and wash my face, and then try not to go on my phone before bed. So I'll read my book and then
Sure.
go to bed.
Well, and I'll throw this out there. A lot of times when we have guests on, they stay in the production call after their hit. Saima, you're free to go. You want to go brush?
That's very nice. Thank you.
Yeah. The way that our new setup
I appreciate it.
is now, no one needs to say. They can just vamoose if they need to.
Thank you. That's very kind of you, James. I appreciate it.
Much like you appearing on tonight's show is kind of you, Saima. It is always a pleasure, never a chore.
Perfect.
I wish you good night and adieu.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for doing this again.
Anytime.
The pleasure is all mine. That's Saima. I said Hall of Famer, and I realized, do we have a Hall of Fame on this show? And then I realized we do have a Hall of Fame. I think it made its debut in 2022, and we have yet to welcome anyone. What word? Induct anyone. So it is good 2026 Hall of Fame inductions. Now, is our second and final guest a Hall of Famer? I think so. I think so. I would need to confer with our very esteemed board of selecteers. As far as I'm concerned, he is. I don't know. There might be varying opinions from guys like Dave, but that remains to be seen. If he isn't a Hall of Famer, he most certainly is the Irishman of the year. Please welcome Thomas Barnwell to tonight's show. As advertised, the Irishman of the year is here. He's wearing his trademark hat and he's smoking the Irish flag. Thomas, a happy belated St. Patrick's Day to you and yours.
Thank you, James.
Now, Thomas, do you remember when it was that you were voted Irishman of the Year on the show? At least 3 years. I think I could probably track this down with very little effort. Do you remember any guesses?
I would think it was more than 3 years ago because
Really? Okay.
yeah, I think it was maybe 2022.
Let's see. We're tracking this down. Oh my God. You are
2021.
correct.
Yeah,
Read it and weep. The
there it
Irishman
is.
of the Year, March 26th, 2022. We are about to hit the 4-year anniversary. Well, happy anniversary to you. And I'm happy to report that, hold on, I'm getting a production note. Okay, I'll let him know. Thomas, you have been announced as the 2026 Irishman of the Year on At Home with James.
Yes,
Your
thank you.
competition was me, and you won in a landslide, much like Kim Jong-un, the esteemed ruler of North Korea. I believe you hold on. Yep. Sure thing. Okay. You won the Irishman of the Year on At Home with James vote with a 99.9996 amount of votes.
That includes Kim Jong-un.
Well, he is part of our esteemed board of voters. Yeah.
I'm just. Oh, okay. I thought maybe you and he split the vote, and I squeaked
No,
in.
I'm not even on the voting committee. It's Kim Jong-un, Dave, and a series of others.
Okay.
Thomas, did
Well,
you go to the St. Patrick's Day parade this year?
I did not.
What do you let's be honest. Irishman to Irishman, what do you think about the St. Patrick's Day parade in Montreal?
I've been to it a few times.
Look, I don't know if you want to make any disparaging remarks. If you do, I'm going to pave the way for you. I think it's a disgusting event.
Yeah, it can be, and not the parade itself, but
Nope, not at
all the
all.
stuff that's going on around it. So
It's an excuse for people to litter and act like animals.
yeah,
And I'm not going to sit here and claim to be a Mr. Ireland, Mr. Irish. I like shepherd's pie. I like stew. I love potatoes. My last name is about as Irish as it gets.
Irish soda bread.
I can't say I've had the pleasure. See, again, this speaks to how, maybe one day I can come over and have some Irish soda bread.
I'll bring you one.
Oh, I would love nothing more. And this is all to say, I'm not going to sit here and be a culture vulture, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
But is this what the Irish have been reduced to? A crappy Dollarama decor and littering?
And public drunkenness and urination.
Well, Thomas, as a person who doesn't drink, I can't speak to that. You've been known to enjoy a beer or two, a libation.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, does the public drunkenness appropriately represent the Irish people? How do you feel about that?
I don't think so.
Well, then we agree. That's
all
why
all the drunks I know stayed at home.
Yeah, they stayed at home in their cave.
That's right.
Their shame cave, aka the basement. Are you coming to us from your basement tonight?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks like a bunker of files.
That's correct.
I like that you've got it a little bit blurred out in case people see something that's maybe confidential.
I have to say, I'm a little bit embarrassed at the degree of blur that I'm getting on this.
No, I would say don't be, because the worst case is you just claim it's a superimposed background.
Yeah.
Now, do you intend? This is a perfect segue. Do you intend to spring clean that room at some point?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so 'tis the season, Thomas.
It is. Of course, there was a shortfall in the funding. I know that you had taken up a collection for the basement restoration fund.
Yeah, many years ago, I believe, was it 2 or 3 springs ago, we had a very random ice storm and your basement fell victim to it. And I attempted to raise funds, in which I was incredibly unsuccessful at. So I don't know if that says less about you or less about me.
Well, this project is coming to an end, so a lot of this stuff will go out on a set of shelves that are supposed to be built in our basement.
Wow. I love to hear it. So this episode could not come at a better time for you. The spring cleaning episode, you're going to be making way by clearing out the files, the clutter, and the I guess it's probably not unfair to say bad memories of an unsavory time.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think back to a time when there were no bad memories, and
I'll tell you what, those times are coming. Those times are coming. This is a motivational show now. I'm curious to know, Thomas, outside of physical clutter and things of that nature, plunder, if you will, anything else you're looking to get rid of this spring?
Absolutely.
Oh, let's hear it. This is going to be good.
There's a cat.
Yeah. You've got this cat that you hate.
Yeah.
What's his name again? Gramps?
Murphy.
Murphy. Yeah, it's a Gramps name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't
That's
like
an Irish name.
Yeah, you don't like your Irish cat Murphy. Okay, let me take note of this. What else you want to get rid of? You got your cat Murphy. What else?
I've got a ton of books to get rid of.
You know what, Thomas? I'm right there with you. On my to-do list has been get rid of books.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, books, you're like, I can't get rid of it. And you're like, I'm not going to read this again.
Right.
I've got a Larry King autobiography in my closet.
Hang on to it, because
it was a great read, but I thought every time I look at it, there's something about it. The last time I saw it, I go, what the hell am I going to do with this?
no, exactly. So you gotta share that gift with the world, James.
Do you want it?
No, I don't want it.
You don't want a Larry King autobiography?
No. I've got two.
Okay.
Yeah, and clothes. Recently, I've gotten rid of a lot of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It's one step forward, two steps back at my house. So, like, about, I don't know, must have been around October, we had a closet in our bedroom that collapsed.
Oh.
And so all of my clothes are now in the basement. And
Is everything okay, Thomas?
no.
Yeah. You've become a basement dwelling man caver.
Well, it's not.
You got a cat that you don't
cave,
like, and all your clothes got thrown down the stairs into the basement.
In a way, it makes it more convenient. I've been wearing the same clothes since October 15th. So
You too?
Yeah.
Wow. It's interesting that you bring this up, because I recently thought about my own style of clothing. And I was like, I need to make some changes. I can't just be black pants, black sweater guy with a button down underneath. But I've gone so far that if I make any incremental change, someone's like, oh, brown pants, huh? I can't just be. But I'm basically jailed in a prison of my own design.
Yeah. But, that's where the Riz comes in. You've got the Riz. So
But I think this kind of this look that I've got, this dark brooding, all black with a bit of a colored accent, it kind of adds to that gravitas and aura. So if I make a change, then I'm just like everybody else.
Maybe you need to start small, like accessorize, wear a pastel colored t-shirt that's poking through.
Now I thought you were going to suggest I wear an ascot.
Even better.
Yeah, maybe I need to get a little bit more, I don't know, flamboyant, or maybe colorful peacock, as they say.
That's right. And, for a man who owns an air fryer, that should be an easy step.
Yeah. I think it's air fryer plus ascot equals James. He was never the same once he started air frying his chicken tenders.
I mean, there's all sorts of stuff you can fry.
I want to know, do you own an air fryer?
I do not.
Because you cook like an adult in the oven.
Right. Until they make that air fryer that a turkey can fit into, I am not going to use an air fryer.
Don't give me any ideas for Christmas, Thomas, because I'll go to great lengths to get you a turkey air fryer. You'll end up on one of those like super cuts of people, like dudes trying to make Thanksgiving turkeys, and everything goes wrong.
Right.
Yours explodes, and then everyone has to eat Thanksgiving dinner at your house in the basement.
If the house doesn't burn down.
Everyone's relegated to the basement. I want to know, additionally, is there anything you're going to incorporate this spring. Out with the old, in with the new. If that's the case, what is new to you?
You mean, what am I going to bring in that's new?
And it could be physical, or it could be like, you know what I want? I want to welcome more gratefulness into my life. I want to get an air fryer. I'm going to grow a mustache.
Maybe one sideburn.
I would love that. I'd love to be part of the conversations where you're like, you see the side, Barnwell grew one sideburn. I'd be like, I was there when he said he was going to do it. And then I say, is there a problem? And then I do this. I pull out one of those pocket knives where you hit the side, blade comes out. I come to your defense because people are talking poorly about your one sideburn.
I thought you were going to say you pulled out a baggie with the other side.
Yeah. I start carrying around your facial hair. Let's talk about this for a second. For a long time, you had a beard.
Yeah. That was during COVID.
I loved the beard. I'm curious to know, could the beard make a comeback as part of the spring?
Yeah, that could happen.
I loved it.
Really?
Yes, but there's very few dudes out there who I'm like, I think they should shave. I was on this show for years trying to get Dave to grow his mustache back in. Then he did, and his wife made him shave it.
Yeah, that's one of the pitfalls of marriage.
That was a tough night on this show.
Yeah,
that was our Tiananmen Square massacre.
Oh, yeah, poor Dave standing in front of the tank.
It was really metaphorical. I think if we take that image of that very brave man standing in front of the tank, that's essentially a microcosm of what Dave went through.
Yeah. Dave's got a lot on his plate. So
yeah, he does. Yeah, which is why he's not here tonight. His little improv practice.
No, well, he needs an outlet. So
yeah, he does. Yeah, he's not allowed to grow a mustache anymore, but he can certainly practice make believe. Okay, is there anything else you are hoping to integrate this spring?
I just want to get my life back in order. So
okay.
I want to get rid of a lot of crap. And
what does that mean to get your life back in order? Let's you tell James. let's cut this baby open and get into the good stuff.
Well, you see the state of this room.
Yeah, you don't. The state of the room, you're not feeling yourself.
Exactly. I mean, I think the environment affects your mood. It's a downward spiral, and your mood affects the environment.
When this show went on hiatus last summer, it was timed up perfectly with someone bringing bed bugs into my building, and then I just like when people are like, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
I would wish it on my worst enemy. They're my worst enemy. Have this. Bed bugs, one of the only things in life you tell people you've got it, and you believe the empathy that they're showing you because you know that they're thinking, oh, I don't want that to be me. So when you're talking about the clutter, for 3 months, I hated being I'd come home and I was so sad I couldn't even cry. I was broken. So we're talking about this clutter. That's what that makes me think of, the plight that you're living.
Yeah, it's like you're suddenly, been cast out of civilization and you found a corner in an old warehouse.
Yeah.
And you're pulling the boxes together to
you're like an old hobo riding the rails.
Yeah.
You find a box car and just try to find somewhere safe for the night. What about this, Thomas? What if we assemble basically an Avengers unit and we throw all this crap out?
Well, a lot of the crap I need to keep because
man, I was ready to start hauling. So I wanted an excuse to wear orange rubber gloves.
and a gas mask.
Yeah, gas me. Yeah, like an episode of Hoarders where we're like, we barge in, we go, it's not that bad in here. He didn't need us.
Yeah, until you find a pressed cat between
Yeah.
stacks of books or
Yeah,
something.
it says Murphy, but it could be Gramps. Who would be okay? Now how about this? Who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of people to help you haul stuff out?
Oh man.
Yeah. Let's say people that the viewers might know. Who's your Mount Rushmore?
Well, once I get going, I'm pretty cutthroat about cleaning.
I love this. So you're putting yourself on the list.
Sorry,
No, don't be. This is the type of guest show we need.
I don't know many people in Montreal that I would invite in to.
Okay, so how about I run a couple names by you?
Sure. Yeah, that's good.
We know. I'm gonna start big here, and by big I mean it in the literal sense. Let's go, Joe Conto.
Oh, he'd be good. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, he's very organized.
He's very organized, and I remember a few years ago, must have been when the basement was getting flooded, whatever, and I was talking about all these books I need to get rid of. He said, "Books are a trap."
He's
and
right.
I thought that's very, very sage.
Yeah, he's right. Okay, so we'll slide Joe Conto into the spot here.
Yep. Who else? I don't know.
Okay, let me think here. I'm trying to find people because I could go off the board. I sort of want to nail this list. You've got Joe.
Yeah.
Now I think we need somebody a little bit younger and vibrant. Right?
You?
Yeah, I don't think I fit in either category. I'm younger than Joe, but would I look at myself and go, oh yeah, I'm young and vibrant. So if we're thinking young and vibrant, I think we have to go with Dale Bernier.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because every good move needs someone to stand around and watch.
And question your decision.
Yeah, question your decision, but contribute nothing. And then say, when's the pizza getting here? And then when it arrives, he goes, I don't have any cash on me.
Oh, no, come on. That's not fair.
To who? You?
But I think, no, but I could see where he would say, you're really going to throw this out? And then he would.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm scrubbing Dale from the list. He doesn't make
I
the list.
I thought you were going to say Ariel, and I think she would be pretty decisive about getting rid of.
You know what? Okay, what do you think about that? Dale's better half.
Yeah, I would trust her to do a good job and only throw out what needs to be thrown out.
I think she would be very mindful of items that
Yes,
you need. But Joe would counteract and be like, you don't need this.
Right.
When will you need this again?
Right. You haven't touched this in a year?
Yes. Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Now we need to come in clutch with this last pick. And as much as I've said a lot of questionable things about him, I'm going to go to bat for my guy Dave.
Dave, yeah.
Because he's got blasted calves and thick thighs.
I guess if you're getting rid of heavy stuff, that's what you want.
And he lives fairly close to you.
Yeah. All right. Well,
and I have to say, there is a commonality between all of these cleaners. You're all tall.
Yeah, that's true.
You might need a little person in there to kind of get to the hard to reach places.
All right. You're invited.
Oh, I thought you would never ask. Here's the thing
Well,
about
it's just
me.
that
I'm
every time you.
Please, after
Go
you.
ahead.
No, after you.
Said every time you're invited, you don't show up. So.
Well, when's the move happening?
Thanksgiving Day.
I'm a maybe. I'm definitely a maybe, right? Canadian or American?
I'll be celebrating both again.
Canadian Thanksgiving usually falls on a Monday, so I'll be hosting the show.
True. But we always have the celebration on the Sunday.
You know what? Put me down as a strong maybe. Thomas,
Yep.
as we begin to wrap up here, any last things you're hoping to integrate into your life this spring? What about a vacation? What about a vacation?
Yeah, that sounds good. Where do you want to go?
You and me on a vacation? Wow. I mean, let's you know, I've been meaning to explore Canada more.
Ah,
What if we went to Newfoundland? You and me.
you know, that's the counterintuitive move. I'd do it.
Well,
I'd
you heard
expect you to say go west, but no, let's go east.
No way. The West Coast is not the best coast. You heard it here first, folks. Breaking news. Me and Thomas are going to go to Newfoundland.
Taking a road trip.
Yeah. Thomas is going to grow facial hair for it, and I'll shave mine so we offset each other.
That should confuse everyone.
Yeah. Thomas, as I mentioned with Saima, as we wrapped up, anything you'd like to maybe say to people that are having a hard time with the current version of spring who might be in a bad way? Not naming names.
I just, keep away from sharp objects. That's what I do.
Thomas, as always, I want to thank you greatly for being here tonight. I wish you not only a great spring, but a great life.
Thank you, James. You too. It's always a pleasure.
The pleasure's mine.
Oh, now.
That was the best way to pull Thomas off screen was, oh, now. A little mysterious. Folks, that's our show tonight. This show really flies by when Dave is not here. We are about to hit in 30 seconds or so, 1 hour mark of the episode. This was like a brisk walk. It was easy peasy lemon squeezy when they say when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And to that, I say, I can't grab any lemons because there's no friggin' lemon trees out there because it just keeps flipping, snowing and blowing and raining and draining. Anyways, we'll see you in 1 week's time when we welcome back our dear friend Andy Asaf to the show, who is, since his last appearance, moved to California, La La Land. He's trying to make it big in Hollywood, but that's next week. And this has been tonight. And for tonight, I say, I'm James, you are you, we were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.